Welcome to the Mompreneur Mastery podcast, where we share actionable Instagram strategies that fit into a busy mom's schedule so that you can get more engagement, more leads, and more sales in less time so you can spend more quality time with your family. I'm Sydney O'Brien, an Instagram strategist who started my business with 3 kids under 5 and found a way to do it without sacrificing quality time with my family and only working 2 to 3 hours a day. I love helping other mom business owners find that seemingly impossible mom work-life balance instead of spending too much time creating content that isn't getting them the results they want. If you're an overwhelmed but very ambitious business owner and you want to strategize the heck out of your Instagram account so that you can save time and make more sales, you're in the right place. Welcome to episode 12 of Mompreneur Mastery. Today, I'm going to talk about how I manage 4 brands' social media accounts while I stay home with my kids. For context, I have 3 kids. They are 3, 4, and 6. I work maybe 2 hours a day, but honestly, there are some days where I just don't do a lot, where it's a lot less than that, or I just don't do anything at all. I am a huge believer in my work supporting the life I want to live, not my work being my whole life. And I completely recognized that I am so privileged to be able to have this set up. Not that it's not taken work to get to this point. It is because of opportunities I have had because of various privileges. But also, I have kids with really high needs, and without disclosing any private diagnoses, it is beyond important to me and to them that I'm able to meet those needs when they arise, as they arise. For example, recently, one of my kids started a new homeschool co-op, and we have a hard time with transitions. It's just usually a really difficult time for us. So I didn't work that day at all. My family needed me. I wanted to be there for them because of those difficulties. And I knew in the business side of my life, I had things in hand where I could miss one day that week, even with, an upcoming launch and a ton of other behind the scenes type of stuff going on. I'm able to do that for my family while managing my own business and managing the social media presences for 4 other businesses, working just 2 hours a day, usually 4 to 5 days a week, because I make strategies and systems that I can do in chunks. Because I think we all know, kids can just tell when you're trying to get something done, and they know that that is obviously the best time to interrupt you. So any strategy or framework that I make sure I can do it in small chunks, knowing I'm going to get interrupted. And also, I find the strategies and frameworks that are super high impact, but can be done in the least amount of time. I want to get as much done as I can, as quickly as I can, but without sacrificing quality, without sacrificing reach or engagement or sales. And the absolute best way to do that when it comes to Instagram strategy and marketing is just looking at your insights. Your insights are a goldmine of data that you can use to create the perfect Instagram strategy, right? So as long as you're not brand new to posting on Instagram, you have the information as to what your target audience likes, as to what makes them comment on your post, what makes them follow your account, what makes them buy your offers. All you have to do is read your insights, analyze them, and repurpose your best content. And when I say repurpose, I don't mean just like a quick change a carousel to a reel or take a caption of a post and reformat it into a carousel. Changing the format is a quick and easy way to repurpose, and it might work for you. But like I said, I am all about quick strategies that don't sacrifice quality or results. That's why it is so important to dig deeper than just the format and really look at the topic of the post that did well and the motivation behind it. What about the post motivated your audience to take action and follow you? What motivated them to comment on that particular post? What motivated them to click a link to your website after consuming this content? When you spend just a little more time to dig a little deeper, you're going to get amazing results. Because again, you're catering to your specific audience, to their specific wants and needs and motivators by using the data that they've already given you. The best strategy is an informed strategy, and you have the information and your insights to make that strategy. If you are creating and sharing Instagram content for your online business without having a data-informed strategy, 3 not so great things are happening. 1, you're leaving sales on the table. So many people are out there in Instagram land that would really benefit from your offer. They would get so much out of it. It would be so valuable to them. And because of that, they would also tell other people about it, getting you more leads. But without a data-informed strategy, you're creating content that isn't as successful as leading them down the buyer journey. And I talked about this in episode, I think it was 7. I'll link it in the show notes. The one called What's an Instagram Strategy Anyway? So you can listen to that for a more detailed breakdown. But basically, your Instagram strategy is a combination of marketing strategy and Instagram specific tactics that lead your target audience down the buyer's journey so that ultimately they become your client. And the buyer's journey is 3 steps. It's awareness, consideration, and decision. Your content needs to address each of those steps to guide them to the decision stage where they buy your offer. If your content isn't optimized both for each step of that journey and it's not data informed and created specifically for your target audience, your leads are less likely to go through each step, which means they're much less likely to buy. Number 2, the second not so great thing that's happening when you don't have a data-informed strategy is that your posting is likely to be inconsistent. And we all know that consistency is key, right? That's a saying for a reason, especially in Instagram marketing. And this is both for the much hated algorithm, but also for your audience. Because if you want to convert followers to clients, you need to develop a connection with them, and you can't do that if your posting and engagement is erratic. You also need the know, like, and trust factors with them, right? So they need to know you, they need to like you, they need to trust you for them to buy from you. And subconsciously, if you're posting inconsistently, they're going to recognize that inconsistency, and it's going to be a lot harder to get that trust factor that is so essential for clients, right? It doesn't necessarily mean you're not trustworthy and you're not an expert at what you're talking about. But again, it's a subconscious thing where it's like you're not seen as much of an authority because you're not showing up on a consistent basis with a consistent message. And by having a data-informed strategy, you're able to plan your posts out according to whatever is going on in your business. So like your visibility posts to bring awareness, your trust-building posts, your promotional posts, they all line up with your launch or whatever is going on so that your Instagram content guides your leads down that buyer journey, and you're building that connection through the strategy and also through the consistent posts so that you will get a much higher lead to client conversion from your content. And like I mentioned, Instagram also notices your posting consistency. The more consistent you are, the more post interactions you get, which mean the more reach your content will get, which means you get more leads and more connections and higher lead to client conversions. All right, so that consistency is so important on multiple levels. And the easiest way to stay consistent is to have that strategy, because it's not just posting consistency, but it's also messaging consistency. You can't be a trustworthy authority in your niche if your messaging keeps changing. And then the third not so great thing that happens when you don't have a data-informed strategy is you're headed to burnout. I'm sorry to say it. It's definitely worse than not so great. But without a strategy, without the more consistent leads and sales, without knowing what you should be posting and when you should be posting it, you're stressed, you're worried, you're wasting time on content and tactics that aren't supporting your business. I've been there, and it's really shitty, like really shitty. It's rough. But when you use the data you have right in your insights coming straight from your target audience rather than, guessing what you think might work, what will get you followers, what will get you engagement, what's going to get you sales, it makes a big difference in preventing burnout. Because when you're burnt out, there's just nothing. Like, it's so hard to get motivated to do anything, but it's also so hard to get back to where you were before you started that burnout spiral. Like, it's really tough. I've been there and I don't want that for you. So please, pretty please, check your insights, repurpose your content so that you can make more sales, save time on content creation, and have a super impactful strategy to prevent burnout. And like I said, these profit boosting, time saving strategies are what I'm all about. I find and develop the most impactful but time saving strategies that let me stay home with my kids during the day without sacrificing time for them while still being able to meet their high needs. And I'm only working a couple hours a day, a couple days a week because of these strategies. And I love sharing them with other mompreneurs so that they can benefit from them too. Now, I bet you're wondering, how can I do this with my own insights and repurpose content to make more sales while saving time? And that's where my new course, Profitable Repurposing, comes in. This course is a roadmap to leveraging Instagram insights and transforming your content strategy into a sales generating machine. In Profitable Repurposing, I walk you through a super easy to follow step-by-step process of identifying your top performing content, understanding what makes it tick, and then using that knowledge to create a repurposing strategy that drives results. But that's not all. We dive deep into repurposing techniques that go beyond simply changing the post formats. You will learn how to tap into the motivation behind your audience's actions to create content that speaks directly to their hearts and minds and converts them to clients. So if you're ready to make more consistent sales from your Instagram content, save time on content creation, and see these tangible results, click the link in the show notes to get more information on Profitable Repurposing. You get lifetime access to the course, including any updates or additional lessons or trainings that I add to it in the future, plus 3 months of personalized support. So there's weekly coaching calls on Zoom. There's a dedicated Facebook group for you to ask any questions as you have them. There's tons of ways to get in contact with me so I can help you on a super personal level. So again, click the link in the show notes to get more information on Profitable Repurposing so that you can start making more sales from your content by using a data-informed strategy. Until then, I hope your business life goes as smoothly as possible and your kids have as few meltdowns as possible. Thank you so much for listening. If this content was helpful for you, if you found it valuable, I would love it if you could leave a review on Apple Podcasts so that other mom business owners can find this episode and get the same tips and strategies to support their business and their families. If you have questions or just want to connect, you can find me over on Instagram. My handle is @socially.yours.strategist.